Okay, so fuzzy jabs. We're gonna be talking about when you should use them, what they are, and how they can help you on defense. So I'm sure you've played against some opponents where no matter what you do, it feels like they're always blocking or always taking your throws. So you get to your opponent, you're in this range and you want to apply some pressure. Maybe you're at plus frames, maybe you jumped in, maybe you got your plus frames that way. It doesn't matter how it happened, but let's say you're right in your opponent's face and now you want to start your offense and you say, okay, well, I'm going to do a single jab into throw. Right? And they break it. Then you do, okay, well, I'm gonna try to frame trap them instead with chained lights. They block that too. Then you go in for the throw and they jab you out of the throw and you say, wow, this person's defense is crazy. Or maybe you get kind of frustrated, you go, oh, it's a cheater. This person knows how I'm always approaching. How can they always stuff my throw? And why aren't they getting frame trapped? How do they always know? Well, if this is happening, that means you're probably fighting an opponent who's using fuzzy jab or delay jab. And all that means is they're delaying their jab after your jab by about like 3 or 4 frames, and that'll stop you from walking in and going for a tick throw, and it'll also prevent them from getting counter hit by your delayed buttons because the move won't come out if they're delaying it properly. Now this is really strong, and this is something you can use in your defense, and I'm going to show you how to practice it. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to go to recording settings, and you're going to go to slot 1, and you're going to record the opponent going jab into throw. And what you're going to do, you're going to practice doing a slightly delayed jab. Not right away. You don't want to be mashing on this. And you'll know you got it wrong if you don't get the counter hit sign. Mashing it right away, no counter hit sign. You want to delay it just a little bit. Now the timing on this is hard, but if you get it right, you'll get the counter hit sign. Then, slot 2, you're going to record the same thing, but then walk up throw. Alright, so you can turn on slot 2, and you practice blocking 2, and you're gonna practice doing 2 fuzzy jabs. And that won't get a counter hit, but it'll stop them when they're walking in. See this? And that's what you're gonna want to practice. This way, you're delaying your jab just enough to not get counter hit by their delayed lights, and then it'll come out if they decide to go for a throw after the first jab, or if they decide to walk in for like a walk-in throw. Just so you can see how it's happening, I'll put the game at 50% speed. There we go. You see them walk forward, the throw comes out, and then it stops. Now, the tricky part with this is getting the timing on the defensive player side, so your side, if you're the one defending. It's tricky because it's much earlier than a delayed throw tech, but a little bit faster than you think. So you're gonna have to practice this. And just to be thorough with this, I'm going to show you what a delayed throw tech looks like, alright? There we go. There's a big difference between delayed throw tech timing and fuzzy jab or delayed jab timing, and the difference is for a delayed throw, you can actually throw tech after the opponent grabs you. So here, I'm throwing right away, right? This is 50%, same frame pretty much. But if you look here, she threw me, and then I'm going to push throw right after I get thrown. So there's a window where you can input the throw a little bit late. So you can throw tech later into the throw frames. It doesn't have to be the exact frame they throw you. And that's why delay throw tech is really good, because it stops you from getting hit by direct attacks. So if you do it right, you're never going to get hit by the chained lights if you don't mess up the time the guy just did there. And if they decide to go for the throw, you tech it during the end frames of that. So just make sure that when you're practicing your delayed jab, you're doing it much earlier than a delayed throw tech, because unlike delayed throw tech, you can't actually push a jab after you get thrown. See, right there, I pushed it, didn't break. Didn't break. And then what you want to do is you want to figure out your best light option select combos. There, then you turn on slot 2 so you can get the timing. And there, that's going to make your defense really, really strong, and now you don't have to guess so much during your opponent's pressure. What's the best way to beat that fuzzy or delay defense? That's a really good question, because it's actually really difficult. Because it's going to depend on how late your opponent is timing their pressure. Like, they can kind of chain their lights really late, or they can chain them a little bit earlier. and then they can also walk in right away, they can delay it right away. So it's really going to depend on timing and like how soon your opponent is pushing that delayed jab. But let's go into training mode here. Let's turn this on and let's figure out what we can do. If you do like a really delayed jab, like really delayed, you can get it. Or if you know they're going for it, you can try to parry it. The timing's really tricky, but you can try to perfect parry it, which is really scary. But then, like I said, if you have like a good normal, this isn't actually bad. This trade is actually really good, because look at what happens. Even though I traded, Cammy's at -7 and I'm at +7. So which move that Ryu has is 7 frames. That's actually a pretty good trade. You take a little tiny bit of damage from the jab, but you're left at +7. So if your reactions are super on point and you know they're doing the delay jab, a good option here would be like do a light into a medium right away. Don't delay it. Input your super, and then you're good. But what I would recommend is trying to find a light to medium that's going to leave enough of a gap that'll let you get a trade combo and then try to punish them for the trade. Let's figure out, because Ryu kind of has some stubby normals, let's pick a character with like really good normals. Who can we try? M. Bison's got some crazy normals. Let's figure this out. Oh, for M. Bison, you can just go right into standing light kick. So it's going to depend on which character you're playing. So your options against fuzzy jab are really going to depend on your character's frame data, your startup, and what frame advantage you're left at on block after all these moves. So this is one of those things where I'm not going to be able to give you a direct answer on how to beat fuzzy jabs. All I'm going to be able to say is pick your character, go into training mode, set the reversal settings like crouching light punch, delay settings 3 to 4 frames, and count whatever you want it to be, and then really figure out what you can do. Here, really quickly, I'm figuring out with M. Bison or Vega Dictator or whatever, you do crouching light into an immediate standing light kick. That'll leave me at +5, which means I could go for this. That would be a really safe, like no meter combo off of that. I dropped the combo there, but I think you guys get the idea. So beating fuzzy jab is really difficult, and it's a really strong option in this game. But of course, there's always counters to it. So make sure you go into training mode with your character and figure out what to do. But try this out on defense, really practice it, and I guarantee you, if you learn how to do fuzzy jab, your defense is going to go up like 10 times better than it was before in this game. So definitely try it, lab it, and let me know in the comments if this helped you and what you think. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and learned something, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel, because it does help support me as a content creator. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.